What's good? This is Trey. Welcome to this presentation. The topic for this one is nice guys finish last. This is a saying, a cliche saying that's been around for a long time, and it's 100% true. And here's why it's true. Because the nice guy, he actually wants to finish last. Because the nice guy basically says, others are more important than me. She is more valuable than me. You know, she should be on a pedestal, right? The nice guy puts people above him. So, of course he's going to finish last. If he sees people as more valuable than him and he puts them on a pedestal, then by definition he would finish last. Whereas the alpha sees himself as number one. He sees himself as most valuable, as most important, right? And so, but he's not just like conceited about it. You know, the proper way to be an alpha, at least in my opinion, is you see yourself as number one. And so you give value to others. You help others because you are so great. You are so amazing. You're already good. You've handled yourself. You're already whole. So now all you want to do is help others. But you see yourself as number one and you don't apologize for that. And if somebody else is saying, hey, I'm number one, well, you're willing to challenge that person. You're willing to say, okay, let's see who is number one, right? It's not like I'm number one and you can't back it up. No, you can back it up. You're willing to be challenged and you're willing to challenge, right? But the nice guy is the guy who's like, yeah, you know, she's so amazing. So he's doing shit for her. He has her on a pedestal, right? Then the alpha comes through and the alpha says, I'm number one. And he says, let's go. And he's more dominant. He's more assertive. Like I've lost women, you know, that were kind of into me, but it's because I was just too beta. I was too passive. I saw her as so great. And so I would walk on eggshells around her. And then the alpha would come and be like, let's go. And he would just take her and then I would lose. Right. And so I experienced that enough times to realize, yo, this nice guy thing is not effective when it comes to attraction, when it comes to women. You know, maybe it's effective for something else. But when it comes to turning women on and getting and seducing women and getting them to pay attention to you and see your value, the nice guy thing doesn't work because you're like creating a frame of she's greater than you, or, you know, nice guys that tend to be nice to guys too. So you tell guys they're greater than you. So you just automatically just telling everyone, hey, I'm beta, I'm beta, I'm beta. And so you're going to get treated as such. Beta just means you're lower. Right? You're lower. And look, there's certain times where you need to be beta, but when you're dealing with women, that's not the time to do that. Right? If you want to create attraction, she's attracted to the man who's powerful, the man who can lead her, the man who can dominate her. And that is not the beta. That makes no sense. How could it be the beta? How could it be the nice guy who has her on a pedestal? That would be like a celebrity going and submitting to one of their fans. Why would they do that? If the fan is following you, is looking up to you, how stupid would that be for the celebrity to submit to the fan and say, oh, you're greater than me? What? Now the whole thing doesn't even make sense. So the point is, you don't want to be a nice guy. There's no value in that. You want to be a good dude, like a good guy, like a guy with ethics and morals and shit like that. But as far as being nice, like trying to say shit to make people like you and trying to be, you know, pleasant and don't step on anyone's toes and stuff like that, that shit is not attractive. Okay, it's okay if you want to create peace and you want to make sure you have no problems in life and shit like that. Yeah, and even then you're gonna end up getting bullied anyway. But yeah, the nice guy thing is just not an effective strategy in the game of attraction. And so just drop it, right? Because I used to play that game, and from what I remember, I got no results from it. Zero results from being beta. Zero results from being, well, I won't say zero results from being beta, but being a nice guy. You know, what would happen with me? I'm sure there's some guys out there who are nice guys and they maybe still get lucky here and there. With me, I wasn't even really getting lucky. Like, I would still, you see, the thing with me, there was an incongruence thing going on because I don't look beta, but I used to act beta. And so there was this incongruence thing, and it would turn women off. So you got to pay attention to your character and how you come across, right? Like even if you look beta and you're trying to act alpha, that might come off as incongruent. Maybe you need to look more alpha, right? Like there needs to be congruence to make this whole idea of being alpha work. And when I say being alpha, all I'm saying is just like seeing yourself. That's why I use the word king, because when I think king, it's like, okay, this guy sees himself as great, as amazing, as I deserve, I am worthy of whatever the fuck I want. And so that, to me, that's alpha. Okay, like that's when I think alpha, I think king, I think emperor, but I think great kings, not the kings that can't run his kingdom properly and shit like that. I'm talking about great kings, great leaders. So you want to carry yourself as such. Carry yourself as a great leader. Carry yourself as someone of power, someone of authority, right? Someone who knows what the fuck he's doing. Get clarity on what you're doing with your life so you can carry yourself with strength and certainty, right? Know what your vision is, know your intent, know your agenda. Like, have clarity on what you're doing. Don't look to anyone for guidance and shit. Oh, well, let me say that properly. It's okay to look to people for guidance. Like if there's someone has certain understanding of things or whatever, it's cool to get guidance, but understand that you have to walk your own path, right? Like you can go to class and learn from the teacher, but then when you leave the class, time for you to be the teacher, time for you to be the leader, time for you to be, you know what I mean? So there's time and place for everything. But if we're talking about the context of you interacting with a woman and you want to get that woman or you want to attract that woman, there is no reason for you to be a nice guy, because it's not attractive. It doesn't demonstrate survival. It demonstrates that she is more important than you. Okay, so it demonstrates that if she acts up and fucks up or whatever, you will follow that. You won't lead. You won't check her on her shit. You will just be like, oh yeah, it's okay. And guess what? The feminine energy represents chaos. So if the feminine energy is leading the relationship will be destroyed because it's being led by chaos. So you as the man, you need to come through with the order. You need to come through with the masculine energy, bring order to the relationship. So her chaos and your order comes together, and it becomes creation. It creates something. It creates experiences. It creates an amazing relationship. It creates whatever, a child. It creates a business. It creates a lifestyle, whatever. You bring the two together, and if the order is strong enough to contain the chaos, that's when something great happens. But when the order is weak and the chaos overpowers the order, then that leads to destruction. So a beta or a nice guy, he's not gonna come through and demonstrate his order and demonstrate his masculinity. He's gonna come through and just be apologizing for his masculinity. He's gonna be like, oh, if he says something wrong, then he's gonna back down and compromise and shit like that. Whereas the alpha is gonna say it like it is. He's gonna do it how he wants to do it, and if she doesn't like it, then she can go. So now that's leadership. That's true leadership. Like a true leader is supposed to lead, and then if people challenge him or whatever, he'll challenge them back, but he's not gonna stop leading. He's not gonna drop in his leadership because somebody challenged him, right? He will see, okay, you're challenging me, let's go. Okay, and then once he passes the challenge, then the person needs to get in place, understand that he is the leader. But if he loses the challenge, then okay, he loses his role. And so that's why as a man, you want to always be building your character, always stay sharp, because you will be challenged. If you're carrying yourself as alpha, as a leader, as a creator, as a builder of your kingdom, you're going to be challenged. People are going to try and take your kingdom. People are going to try and take your resources, whatever you've built, whatever you've created. They're going to test you. And so you got to be ready to pass these tests. So, to end this presentation, end this video, the nice guy finishes last because the nice guy says he's last, right? He says people are above me. He places people above him for no reason. Like, even if they don't deserve it, he's just like, yo, everyone can go before me. Everyone eats before me. Everyone can have success before me. Everyone can have power before me. Everyone can have women before me. And therefore, he finishes last because his mindset, his frame is set up for him to finish last. Whereas the alpha says, I go first. I get the women first. I get the money first. I get the power first. And he's not stupid. He's saying that because he's bringing value. He's showing his value. He's demonstrating his value. And he's saying, this is why I'm alpha. Right? The alpha in the jungle is not alpha just because he says he's alpha. His value gives him that position, his survival value, whether it's his character, whether it's his resources, whether it's his alliances, whether it's a combination of everything, whatever it is, there needs to be a reason why you're carrying yourself as alpha, right? A lot of it can live now. We don't live in the jungle anymore. We don't live in caveman times. So now a lot of it is just your attitude, your character, your energy, right? Like you may not have a ton of resources. You may not have a lot of shit, but if you carry yourself as such, people will respect that. And people will accept you as the alpha because they see the strength in your character and they're afraid to be challenged. All right? So that's the advice for today. If you're a man watching this and you are ready to step into your throne, you're ready to step into your kingdomhood. I don't know if that's a real word, but you're ready to be a king in your life. You're ready to go and get the wealth. You're ready to go and cultivate the power. You're really ready to go and get the women, right? And you want to work together. You want to put a goal, set a goal, a specific goal, one big goal. And you want to go after it 110%. You want to have me as your accountability coach for 8 weeks, me guiding you in the right direction, me holding you accountable, me giving you feedback so you're consistently moving towards your goal. Whether it's, you just tell me which route you want to go. If you want to focus on money, how to make an income on the internet, I can show you how to do that. Right? I can show you how to sell high ticket services, how to package up information and sell solutions to people's problems. Or if you want to develop more power in your life, like you want to become a stronger character, maybe you want to work on your physique, maybe you want to work on your archetype, become a sexier archetype, I can help you with that. And then women, if you want to learn cold approach, if you want to be able to go out and approach women and successfully approach, attract, date, and seduce women consistently, I can show you how to do that. All right, those are the 3 areas I can help you. So if you're interested in working together for 8 weeks, one-on-one coaching, jumping on a call each week, me giving you feedback and me holding you accountable, making sure that you smash your goal, hit me up and I'll give you the details. Thanks for watching. Peace.